Hello, everyone. This is Monsef Afkar, and thank you so much for joining us in this new call of Your Divine Uniqueness. So, as always, happy to have you with us, whether on the live call or on the replay. And also really excited that Dr. Akasha Jen Smith is back on the show. She joined us the last season, and what to say, like the energies were really, it was fun to connect with her, but at the same time, I really felt how much love she puts in the work she shares, in the way she shares her gifts and her message. And the experience was really heartfelt, very inspiring, and yeah, really loved the guidance that she gave us and that she gave us and also the energy that she embodies and also she shares. So really happy that she's back with us here on the show. And for those of you who are new to her, she is a galactic and angelic channel, Akashic Records healer, professional intuitive reader, and healer trainer, and the founder of School of Awakened Living. And the subject today is master your intuitive connection and step into soul-aligned career. So yeah, these are the topic includes two parts. It's mastering our intuitive connection and deepening that, and also how can we express that and share that with the world. And of course, it can be as vocation and career, which will be also part of our discussion today. And I know, like through the questions we received and connections with you, many of you either already started to share their gifts or they want to step into that path as well. So yeah, it will be a powerful call. She will also guide us on a group light transmission. Stay tuned for that. And also we will have a Q&A where you can ask her your questions. And for that, as always, you can raise your hand by pressing react or reaction on Zoom. Then click on raise hand. If you are on the phone, you can press *9. And also you can type your questions on the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube. And yeah, so with that, Akasha, welcome back to the show. Happy to have you with us.
Thank you so much, Mansa, for that wonderful introduction. And I love to be on Your Divine Uniqueness with you because I feel you bring such a wonderful, open-hearted, kind energy as well. Thank you, and I'm delighted to be here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Um, and yeah, maybe in the beginning, I would love if you can give us a brief introduction about yourself and the work you are doing.
I would love to. So, like many of us, this journey started for me with the dark night of the soul, the challenge that we can go through where we just can feel lost and we don't know which way is up, we don't know which way to move forward. And so for me, that started with my father dying when I was 19. And I was really lost. I was in school and I remember just kind of going through the motions. And I went up and I asked one of my teachers. She was my psychology teacher. And I said, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what to do with my life. And do you have any suggestions or is anything coming for you? And she said, I see you in transpersonal psychology. And I said, what's that? And she said, look it up, like a good teacher would, telling me to do the work and do the research. And then I found a school, Naropa University in Boulder, Colorado, that had a transpersonal psychology program, and there were very few. And so a big part of my awakening journey started there. It started with me meditating regularly in classes, learning to develop my awareness to a point that it really helped me navigate my life in a way that was so profound that I feel like I was able to step into so many circumstances and situations I might not have if I didn't feel my intuition guiding me. And so I'm so grateful for her and for my teachers all along the way because they were the ones that really were opening the doors for me through the learning to really know who I am and remember who I am and step fully into that and live that way. And living that way for me comes with a life that I love, a life that I enjoy, a life that is soul aligned. So it's more of an overview, but I just wanted to start there and mention and honor the teachers and how it began for me.
Yeah, thank you very much. And also, what you shared inspired me about the first question I would like to ask is, we want to share our gifts. We want to walk a path where we feel joy, where we do what we love. But why, when we start stepping into that path, many times we feel or we experience many challenges, or maybe sometimes we feel afraid or scared of what will be experienced ahead in that path. So I would love if you can tell us what happens when we decide to follow our calling.
That's a great question. You know, I think a big part of it is the letting go. It's the letting go of the familiar and what we've known and sometimes the people, right? That we're meant to let go of, or the relationships. And the unknown can be scary, right? We don't know what we're stepping into. And a lot of times the mind likes to feel like it has it all figured out, and likes to feel like it's in control. But the more comfortable we can get with surrendering and letting go and stepping into the unknown and then trusting and letting ourselves be led by our own soul guidance or our intuition, the easier it can all be. Really, the easier it can be.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so in the beginning of that path, many times it's maybe for many of us, it's been to discern, and how can we discern between what is our true inner guidance, intuitive guidance, and what is not. And what will be your advice during that time so we can really, maybe it's like have a clear intuition so we can maybe easily understand or recognize our own messages?
The short answer to that is really get to know yourself. Really know yourself on all the levels. Because then when you have that level of awareness with yourself, it begins to start to expand out into the world in a way that you can then have that level of awareness with others and with your space and with what the next steps are. And this may sound like a simple thing to do, but we can exist on a lot of different levels, right? Many of you know that. Like, we can exist from the young child part of us that's afraid, or maybe was traumatized in a certain way, that's only looking through this one perspective. We can exist from the teenager that maybe wants to be loved by everybody, or we can exist from our vast multidimensional selves that are able to sense and feel the infinite possibilities and what we not only are capable of, but we have already likely done many times. And that's the part of really remembering who we are that I'm talking about, because when that part is online for us, then when the rest of the parts come up, or they might be trying to run the show, you know, trying to drive the bus, then we can still feel that vast part of ourselves and not necessarily let the other parts sabotage or get us off track. We can keep following what we're meant to be doing. And with that comes a lot of practice. It comes, training and um, learning, having the right teachers along the way, all of those things that help us refine and get clearer and clearer and move the blocks out of the way well enough so we can hear our intuition and our wisdom and know what part to listen to, when to let the emotions move, when to let it go and take a step forward. It becomes the wisdom guiding because we know ourselves so well and we're not getting hijacked by those other parts.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. And also, what will be your advice when like things like didn't work out the way we want them to be, or the way we expect them to be, and we need to have this to be more open to what will show up and when it will show up. And maybe you talked about that this needs an amount of trust in ourselves and our guidance and the path. but how can we bring maybe more ease to that situation, and maybe like making it more easier to trust the path instead of focusing on what we expect.
I remember one of the first times I was given an opportunity to teach a workshop. I was so excited. I was in my early 20s and I was working at a metaphysical store, I remember, and it happened through a connection, and someone invited me to come and teach. And my intuition told me so clearly that that was not the right place for me. It was not the right place for me to be doing that workshop, but I was so excited to have the opportunity that I just went full force ahead and I worked really hard and I prepared and I did everything to be ready. I manifested, I worked on all the levels, and no one came. No one came to the workshop. It was heartbreaking. It was my first one. I had all these hopes and expectations, and not one person came. And sometimes it goes like that, right? Sometimes it goes like that. But if I didn't have my intuitive knowing that I was meant to be moving forward with this work, which came very clearly to me in a prayer. It was an answer to a prayer of what do I do next? It was so clear that I was supposed to do this work. Then I might have given up, right? I might have just said, oh, this isn't for me. I'm not good at this, or I failed at this. But because I could still stay open enough and hear my intuitive voice guiding me, I could say yes to the next opportunity, which actually was a fully booked event that I had to go an hour early for and stay an hour late for because it was so well attended. And so if I didn't stay open enough to that possibility, I would have missed that. I would have missed it, along with the disappointment and the heartbreak and all those things that we can feel. But the beauty is we can have it all at the same time, right? We can, even with the hard stuff, we can have the good stuff and the hope and the faith and the inspiration and the beauty and the gratitude. And being able to have all of it at the same time helps us keep moving forward.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I love that you mentioned your first experience and when no one showed up, because like in those situations, it can be easy to give up and think that we are putting efforts for nothing. But like you mentioned, when we have faith in what we want to create, the experience that we want to have, it's like maybe we see those initial experiences as just maybe preparation or something that will lead us into much greater um, much greater experience. Um, so yeah, uh, it's uh, it's like about maybe learning how to direct our focus toward what we want to create instead of like the old timeline or path that we created from based on our traumas and past experiences.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, and also there is another question is when we share our gifts with others, there is that part that can be maybe we can have doubts in the message that we share. Maybe it's not good enough, especially when we have self-judgments or issues like self-worth issues. We don't believe that our gifts and message matters, and then maybe we try unconsciously we block that's what we are here to create. So how can we deal with uh, those issues?
Yes, I hear you on that. And it's really a similar answer to the other question in that we want to move our blocks out of the way. We want to do what it takes to keep working through those blocks so they're not so big that they're actually obstacles preventing us from creating. And so there's a lot we can do. And it really helps, especially in the beginning, to be working with someone else to help hold space for us, to help witness us, to move through some of the pain that's associated with it, but also even just to know how to navigate. So working through it, I really like somatic work. I think it's very helpful. I also think meditation is really important, and knowing which kind of meditations to do when is also really important because there's a lot of different ones out there. And and again, not losing the faith, not losing hope, trust, so that you don't give up, because that's the piece you don't want to get to, is the despair or the giving up. You want to be able to hear and stay open enough, clear enough to be able to navigate and twist and turn on the path as you're guided to. So it's a combination of doing the work, showing up and doing the practices, and being able to listen and take a turn when you need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Akasha. And would you like to talk more about the subject, or do you feel it's the time for the light transmission?
Hmm. I'm just tuning in to see if there's anything else that wants to be shared. One thing I would like to say is that one of the biggest blocks that what I've seen in my 20 years of teaching this with people is usually our minds. It's our minds and how we think about things and how we think the intuitive information is supposed to come. And the number one way everyone wants it to come usually is clairvoyantly. They think that's the best way to see the pictures and the images. But if we can just stay open to all of the ways that the intuitive information can come, if it's through a sensation in the body, or it's through an emotion, or through something we smell, something we even hear, even a thought coming in can be a way of knowing. And so, if we can stay really open to all of the ways that we sense information, we can receive a lot more of the intuitive guidance, and then our connection becomes stronger. And it's also a way of life. You want to show up and keep living in a particular way to keep strengthening and growing your connection. When I first started, I didn't have as much clairvoyance. I didn't have as much clairaudience. And these things started developing with time through doing all of the work that we've been talking about doing. And so don't give up. Don't give up hope. Have faith. We are all very intuitive beings. We are all energy first. So we all can have a strong intuitive connection. It's just about showing up, doing the work, and usually getting some help along the way, the wisdom of a teacher, a mentor, the right training. And you live your life in a way where the navigating becomes much easier. So I just wanted to share that much for everyone.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Akasha.
Mhm.
And so, do you feel you'd like to do the light transmission?
I would like to do the light transmission.
Thank you.
So, what you all can do to get ready is to just either sit with your spines nice and straight, or you can lay down and relax and close your eyes. You're also welcome to watch at any point, whatever feels good and right for you. I just recommend those two positions. Bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the stomach. Take in a nice, long, deep breath and hold it. And then on the exhale, let go of whatever is for the highest good to release now. The intention is set that everything that unfold be for the highest good and happen with total ease and grace, as well as any integration that may follow. Let your awareness drop down into the hips and feel your grounding tube connecting in to the heart of the earth, the core of the earth. And sync your heartbeat with the heartbeat of the earth now. Now set the intention to release whatever could be in the way of you fully showing up for this activation, as well as whatever could be a block to you mastering your intuitive connection through all time and space and all dimensions. Letting that go now down through your grounding tube, being transformed into something the earth can use. Now inviting up the beautiful grounding energy from the earth, feeling yourself fully embodied. Moving the awareness into the heart space, opening the heart to the perfect degree of openness now for this transmission. Simultaneously opening all of the other chakras to the perfect degree of openness for this transmission. Letting the awareness move up to the soul star chakra about 3 feet above the head. And sensing it rise higher, connecting into pure source light, pure divine energy, that then begins to shine back down on you in the form of a pyramid of pure source light. You are in a temple of pure source light now. Taking a nice deep breath in, breathing in the light. Inviting yourself to go to the meditative state that is the perfect state for you to receive this transmission now. Now just be silent for a moment as you rest in these beautiful energies, these beautiful source energies in your temple of light. And then the activation will begin. This transmission is to master your intuitive connection and step into a soul-aligned career you love. Esherem ilakara anaye hawa emeana ashekara anelekie hum we amiaha. Ue ane ae u ama e ashakahana laha. Meashaye alakara anawe hum. Emeshekiaha ue amana. The blue-violet flame comes and burns anything that is in the way of you living in pure alignment with your soul now. Esherem alakaye anaha ewe ama asherenayeha wam. Eka ana alehie weham. Feel yourself held by the beautiful light beings, archangels, in alignment with the highest good. Esherem ira analeye kara anawekiaham. Hia ere eshe amanala iyakoe aweham. Trusting, dear ones, trusting the process. Eshe makaha. You are held in sacred space. Eshere naleye awe amana akaha. We are helping bring your dreams to you. Eshe me anala. We awe kara aniyaka hame eshe na'a. Emeyo kuhue amaa. Em mahana era awe shaka hamweha. Elecha oko o am. Deep breath in. Releasing on the exhale now. Letting it all go. Feeling the source light activate every cell. Echerer aka ale eshehie. Ira awe amana ashe kara anaha. Hia eshere na anaye au ua ama asheka ania ahaye. Joy activation. Esheka ele e we emana ashe ya aha o we a. Letting the heart receive. Eshekuhu. Eshemaha. Eneyehe. O amaye wamaha. O ele akiam. Aha. We singing your dreams to you. Eshem amuwahan. Yara ele ashe kahan. Yana yewe au amayehan. Ooh, letting the life you so desire be real, living your highest timeline, allowing, dear one, trusting the unfolding, trusting the path. We love you. We are here supporting you on your path. We walk with you, supporting you in living the highest good, the highest good, the highest good. And with this, the transmission is complete. Allow yourself to really rest now, dear ones. Rest in the healing frequency of the healing temple. Let your heart fill with the beautiful source energy. Take a moment now to visualize a dream coming true and how it feels to be living that. You are free, dear ones. You are free. Sensing the temple rising up back into source now. As you feel your awareness drop back down into the center of the heart space now. Feeling the body supported by whatever is beneath it. Feeling your strong connection to the earth. Feeling gratitude in your heart for this experience and showing up today to receive. And when you're ready, you can let the eyes flutter open, seeing everything as if you're seeing it for the first time.
Thank you very much, Akasha. Yeah, that was very, very beautiful transmission. It's like it brings more trust, more faith, and also love in the way we receive the energy. And also for me, it felt like the energies were expanding, and also like there was integration at the same time. So yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And everyone, we would love to hear your feedback. You can type it on the chat, whether on Zoom or on YouTube. And Aya, she wrote this before the transmission about the message you shared. Thank you. I needed to hear this. And M wrote, thank you so much. My ears were buzzing. And Annette, wow, thank you for grounding me at the end. During the transmission, I was in a beam of golden light. and on YouTube, Sensei. That was so lovely. In deepest gratitude. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. And can we take questions from the audience?
Sure.
Yeah, so everyone, you can raise your hand by pressing react or reaction on Zoom, then press raise hand, or you can press star 9 on your phone, or you can type your questions on the chat. Annette, she wrote, can Akasha Jen read or scan us individually to see if we have a natural talent to pursue this training?
Sure. I can do that for Annette now.
Yeah.
And I'd like to start by saying that I'm a firm believer that we all have the ability to do this. I really feel like it is who and what we are. We are these amazingly energetic, intuitive beings that's what we are first and foremost. So I believe we all can do this. And then that being said, there are some people where it comes a little bit more naturally to them. So I'll just take a look at it and I'll just see what's coming through. Yeah, and they're talking about we all have different superpowers in terms of, our specific intuitive essence and what we're able to sense and read. And one of the things I'm sensing with you is your heart. There's a heart coherence or frequency where um, you're able to sense on the emotional level very well, and also to bring a lot of love in through your intuitive being with others. And what I mean by this is there are intuitive ways we can sense through the head or just gut instinct, survival type intuitive ways. But I see yours very connected and rooted in with the heart, which is very important from my perspective. We want to be meeting the ones we're with a lot of love and care and compassion. It's an important part of being a healer and doing intuitive work from my perspective. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you, Akasha. And thank you, Annette, for your question. Um, Gloria, she wrote, the guides were very present, beautiful, and it was full of love and light. That was about the transmission. And Annette, she wrote, yes, thank you. Deborah, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Mansa. Yeah, I just I probably want a little bit the same answer or question as the previous one, but maybe more focused. I think I know that I have some of this, but I find that I'm scattering in a whole lot of different directions and need to understand a little more focus, whether you can see that, what that is. That's a pretty vague question, isn't it? I guess that's basically what I'm saying. I feel I get, my mind gets distracted a lot easily, and I just wonder if you see any of a certain area to focus in as far as the clairs and movement and how I'm called to use that.
Deborah, this is a good question, and it's one that a lot of people, I think, work with. And I'll even use the word struggle because, it's like, you've got it, you're intuitive, but then it's honing and learning how to use it in a way that you can really trust it, and it works when you want it, you call it in, and you've got it. So I'm just tuning into you and I'm listening. Um, Yeah, and that was some of what I was getting before you clarified with the focus and the distractions. So, so my sense is some of the pieces you've learned along the way have been very helpful, but there are other pieces that want to be brought into your, they're calling it system, brought into your system as a way of helping you solidify your connection to where you can trust it beyond the doubt. You can trust it beyond the doubt. And so that's essentially what I teach, and it's one of the things that I'm going to talk about at the end of this with the 9-month program. But this is what happens for a lot of people. There's these pieces that they need and a bit of a foundation that can really help connect the dots and sort of fill in the holes, if that makes sense. And that's some of what I'm getting with you. They are affirming your intuitive abilities. They're telling me one of your strongest ones is clairvoyance, and that's part of why the focus is really important in terms of focusing the mind and like moving out the distractions. But clairvoyant is one of your strongest ones, going to be one of your strongest ones, and it's so important to do that work. To move the distractions out. So for now, you can start with a good meditation practice that you do regularly. And what they mean by this is a very bare bones one where you're just quieting the mind, like a mindfulness one, not a fun go on all the journeys kind of one, but the really just being with your presence, your awareness. And that's going to help a lot with the focus.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you so much, Jen.
You're very welcome. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
yeah. And the activation was very, very powerful.
Wonderful. I'm glad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Thank you, Deborah. And thank you, Akasha, for the guidance. And just want to mention, like on YouTube, because there was a question deleted. If your question is deleted, maybe it's the YouTube deleting it for some reason. So just try to reframe it, and I can receive it. And yeah, so we'll continue. We have questions coming in. Just Akasha, I would love if we can take some time to let us know about the 9-month certification program. It's a 9-month professional intuitive healer certification that will start on October 14th. And I invite everyone to follow with us on the page yourdivineuniqueness.com/Akasha, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Akasha, AKASHA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page. The link also on YouTube video description, and I will put it on the chat boxes. So yeah, Akasha, I would love if you can tell us about this training.
I would love to. Thank you, Mansa. So this 9-month training is a personal healing program. It's an awakening program, and it's a professional training all at the same time. And there are 5 other teachers in it who have as much experience as I do, and they are amazing. Hilary Fay is one of them. I know some of you know her here, so I thought I would mention that. She's an excellent teacher. And all of these teachers, they've been working as professional intuitive healers, and they've also been teaching for a minimum of 20 years each. So you're going to be in very good hands. And it's all live. We meet every week for 2 hours live on Zoom, and you're going to have the opportunity to practice with each other. And you learn advanced reading and healing tools. So you learn how to give clairvoyant readings, you learn how to give oracle card readings, you learn advanced healing techniques like cellular healing, ancestral healing, DNA healing, multidimensional healing. So you learn all of these very powerful healing techniques. And then you also learn tools to make you really good at being able to sit with someone and help them heal. So counseling skills, authentic relating tools. We even go into some of the deeper practices with the archangels and the goddesses and, the light beings, the ones that you'll be working with, your guides, really strengthening your connection to them. And, people who take the program, they literally feel like their life has changed. You can see some of them on there talking about their experiences, and they really feel like they come in thinking they're not intuitive enough to do the work. And by the end of it, everyone is giving readings and doing healings. And many people start doing the work professionally before they're even finished. So one person I'm thinking of that I want to just share a little piece about her experience was She came back to class and she said, I did everything you told me to do. And I gave my first reading. And afterwards, the person said it was the best reading she ever had. She was so excited to come back and share that. And this is what's possible for all of you if you do feel called to join the program. And the people who usually join feel the yes, they feel an intuitive yes. And those are the ones that I really love working with because their soul is getting them there, right? Their deeper calling is getting them there. So I'll just say that much. And if you want to see everything we're going to cover in the program, if you go to the bottom of the page, it's all listed there, all the different topics we'll look at. So I'll stop there.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Akasha,
My pleasure.
for sharing that training with our audience. And yeah, also for sharing your gifts and collaborating with others as well, to support others in their path. And yeah, so sharing their message and gifts with others. So thank you for that service. And yeah, so if you would like to learn more, like Akasha mentioned, and also if you feel guided to sign up, the link is yourdivineuniqueness.com/Akasha, yourdivineuniqueness.com/Akasha, AKASHA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page. The link is on YouTube video description and the chat boxes. Annette is asking about the training. I am not an energy healer, no training at all, but my friends tell me I have a healing touch. Is this program for established healers wanting to build their business?
Thanks for bringing that up, Annette. I wanted to mention that. I love when questions do that. They draw out the information that's helpful for everyone. So thank you for that. You know, we've had people who are just starting on their spiritual paths join the program, like in the very first year, they're just starting. And we've had very established healers who've been training and practicing for 40 years and doing healing work. Some people take the program thinking they're not going to even do the professional aspect of it. They just want all the other pieces that come with. So you're welcome to join it for any reason. If you feel the call, if you feel the yes. And what I can say is that a lot of the people who think they're just going to do it for fun or because they want the healing or they want to be in community with like-minded people and practicing, they often shift into wanting to do it by the end of it because their confidence builds and they feel more empowered. And then they're excited to go out and do the work. So you can join it for any reason. And it is geared towards all three of those tracks. But there will be professional techniques that you'll be learning as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Akasha. And thank you, Annette, for your question. We have a question from Aya. Is Akasha able to scan my frequency for an inner discrepancy for moving forward with connecting to my intuition? I know it's strong, yet I feel as though I'm floundering lately, possibly another dark night of the soul.
Yes, I would love to. And hello, Aya. It's lovely to have you here. Hello. What I'm drawn to immediately is the solar plexus. And it just looks like some clearing wants to happen here. And so if you're okay with that, we'll go ahead and do that right now. If that's okay with you, just give me a yes. Okay, great. I see your yes in the chat. So just let yourself relax. Feel yourself held by the divine love light all around you. You're in a sacred container that I created before this call started. Okay, and just breathing into the solar plexus. And I feel your heart letting the emotion move, letting it move. Seeing any blocks to you moving forward on your path as a rose out in front of you now. These roses represent any of the obstacles to you moving forward on your path of soul alignment with ease and grace. Any obstacles to that represented by roses out in front of you. Throw those roses way out into the universe and explode them into light now. There's a beautiful archangel working with you with the solar plexus now. I'm sensing Archangel Raphael just pouring light into the solar plexus. There's a cord to cut here. So we're going to do that as well. And removing the cord, which is centering around the solar plexus right in the center, the belly button, and removing that cord, plugging it into source, sending love, light, compassion to whatever has just been removed and whatever's on the other end of it. Claiming your single soul sovereignty now, single soul sovereignty, claiming it, holding it. I'm seeing the solar plexus fill with pink light now. Archangel Raphael's filling it with pink light. And that's moving up into the heart more now. And we're going to just let this continue. We're going to let this continue. And they're saying more of the filling up is going to be continuing over the next 3 days. So when you're sleeping, you can just allow that to be happening and keeping the focus on what is working, where you're supported, where the love light is. Keeping the focus on that is what I keep hearing. And see yourself surrounded in light as you release. And they're saying, we love you, we love you. You are so supported, you are so held. Good work for showing up and receiving today. Good work. We love you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Akasha, and also Aya, for your question. We'd love to hear your feedback. You can type it on the chat. And yeah, Deborah shared about the training. Does learning include reading Akashic records in this program?
It's not something I teach in that program, actually. I learned in a specific school that I'm not allowed to teach until they give me permission to teach and with their teacher training. And so I honor that. I honor my teachers before me. So I don't teach that specific method. But we do talk about it and go into it, and we do some healing around it as well and some clearing around it, but there's no actual learning to read the Akashic records in the training.
Yeah. Thank you, Akasha and Deborah. And on YouTube, Sensei wrote, where would Spirit like me to focus next to further assist my healing abilities? Thank you so much for your time and energy.
My pleasure. So I'm seeing a healing of the heart. This is what's important, to be bringing more of the heart frequency in, opening the heart, clearing the heart, moving through some of the things from the past. And as you do this, your frequency raises in a way that your channel strengthens. And that's a lot of what we're doing with this work, is becoming clearer channels. So our connection is rock solid and we can just bring it through without doubt, without hesitation, and at a frequency that it really serves not only us, but those that we're working with. And so I'm getting that the heart is a big part of it. And it's some of that harder work, some of that, I'm hearing the word shadow work, but moving through. And I hear that you're doing some of it and you've done some of it, but they're saying there's some more to do with the clearing for the heart now. And what this does is impact your voice in a way that it starts to, they're saying open up to the degree that you're speaking your truth, and that helps attract more of what you're creating in terms of your soul-aligned life, soul-aligned career. And so more support there.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Akasha, and thank you, Sensei, for your question. We have a feedback from Aya. Thank you so much. My heart is bursting with gratitude for you, this call, and my intuition for guiding me here. Beautiful. Thank you, Aya. And Sue, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes.
Hi, Monaset. Hi, Akasha. My name is Sue.
I'm hoping you can tune into this. I keep having certain color patterns that I see with my eyes, even when I'm awake. I'll see like diamond designs. It almost looks like wallpaper on a wall, but I literally, it just obscures my whole vision then. They're always the same patterns. They happen every couple months. I'm just curious, is that spirit transmitting stuff to me? Or, because like I said, it's happening now again. And they're always, the patterns are always the same, but they change. Like one will be a diamond, then we'll go into like roses, then we'll go into something else like bricks. And I'm not understanding what the information is.
So my answer is going to sound a little funny, but it's meant to be very helpful for you. So it's a combination of things. You are sensing intuitively, but there's also something going on a physical level. And I'm hearing the question to ask you, is it happening when there's more stressful times or moments for you?
Yes.
So some of what's happening is on a physical level. So anything you can do to create more space through the shoulders and the neck and the jaw is going to be very, very helpful. And including, any stretching you can do to help create more mobility and space in that part of the body. Now, that being said, they want to talk to you about, they don't want you to worry about anything, but they want you to decrease the stress levels. It's sort of like a way of letting you know, okay, we want to bring more relaxation. We want to settle the nervous system. Now, the piece with the intuitive, they're saying, yes, you are online. And they're talking about you are online with your connection and with your frequency. And you do a lot to be. You show up and do a lot to be in these frequencies, in this this healing energy. And so I see it moving through the heart, which is wonderful. And more of what you're working on healing now is some of the lower chakras, and your ability to, they're saying this is going to help with your ability to interpret what you're getting. So one of the ways you would interpret, let's say you saw a rose, then there's a lot of what's taught out there is you learn the symbol of rose and you interpret it based on what you learned. But I don't believe that's the best way. I feel the best way is for you to interpret your own meaning for rose and what it means in that moment. Because when we're working with our intuitive connection and our guides, they're giving us symbols that they're using to draw from our own knowing and to build a vocabulary with us. So when you get rose, what does it mean for you? You could even journal about it. Notice the color of the rose or the quality of the rose. Like really let yourself look at all the different layers and aspects of it. And then more information will be coming. And this is for everyone. This is how you can interpret symbols. And then this way you begin to build your ability to read anything. Not based on what you've learned, but just based on whatever's coming forth in the moment.
Okay, I'm getting, because they're showing me like my chakra colors. Because like some's like a dark green, but it hasn't, that's right, they're always like the chakra colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said,
go ahead.
It's almost like, I know I had a severe brain injury when you said physical. I had eye problems with it. And what cracks me up is I can see this stuff perfectly clear, and yet when it comes to the regular sight, I had lost some of my central vision. It just, at times, is like, okay, here we go. But I notice it's like they're almost working on my brain to help me see again. But I don't, that's, I'm feeling like they're like rewiring something, if that makes any sense. When you said about the physical, my neck area and stuff.
Yeah, trust what you're getting. Absolutely, Sue. Trust what you're getting because they're showing me the two different aspects of it, that you are receiving the intuitive information and then
Right.
there's the physical component. So they're showing me both sides. So absolutely trust what you're getting. And I'm just seeing if there's anything else that wants to come through. Yeah, they're reaffirming one thing that was mentioned about your central channel. You're connecting it more down through your lower chakras. So
Oh,
the heart looks solid and online, and you're connecting it down more through the lower chakras or the lower half of the body. And
mhm.
one thing that's really going to help with this is what we did in the beginning of our activation with the grounding tube, having your grounding tube connected into the heart of the earth and releasing down that and receiving up through it regularly.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's my hard thing about grounding. I'm like, have a hard time staying here.
I hear you. It's the same for a lot of us.
No,
Mhm.
I go to a different place every now and then. And it's like, hey, I come back. Okay, I'll come in. I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
But I was wondering if I just call it working on my brain to help me see again. And I know it will happen. But you're
Mhm.
right. I'm also have been working on my lower chakras.
Mhm. Great.
And I
So it
think,
sounds like you're right on track.
oh, thank you for that. Then I am doing the right thing.
Mhm.
Okay, that's great to know that, that I'm on the right path. And I thank you very much for that. And it helps me know now that when this stuff happens, it's temporary. It's not, all the time, which kind of scares me.
Mhm.
So that helps
Mhm.
to know what it's all about. So thank
Yeah,
you very much for that, and blessings to you.
thank you and blessings to you. You're very welcome. And if you ever get nervous or get scared, just call in an archangel. You can call in Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael. They're great for just helping release the fear, raise the frequency, and then bring clarity for whatever next steps may be in the moment.
Okay, see, I was thinking Michael's like the blue, and I think Raphael is like they look like little crystal balls or whatever, and they're
Mhm.
like pink and green. I always think that's Raphael, but that could be the chakras.
Raphael can show up as pink for sure. Mhm.
And green too, or just pink?
It all depends. Again, you want to trust your own interpreting of the symbols.
Okay.
For me, like blue often shows up as a way to show truth is happening, that a person's higher soul is connected and hearing me, or an affirmation that something that was just spoken was truth. So it
Because
really
now
depends on the
blue.
individual.
Yeah, the
What?
minute we kept, all of a sudden everything changed to like a blue. So that's the truth.
Mhm.
Cool.
Well, it
Okay,
depends.
thank you. They're just
That's
confirming what you're
that's
talking about, I guess.
Well, Sue, that's my interpretation. So you want to get to know your interpretations with it. That's the way the symbols work. Really
Right.
trust your own interpretations. Yeah.
Okay, will do. Well, thank you very much for all the info. Much appreciated.
My pleasure. Thank you, Sue. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Modesets. Blessings and lots of love to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Much love. And Annette wrote, wow, Sue, thank you. I have those visuals too. I thought there was something wrong with my eyes. And let's see. There is a feedback from Sensei on YouTube regarding your answer to the question. Yes, I understand more shadow work on the heart. And it has impacted the throat chakra, but I appreciate the guidance for alignment. Thank you again.
My pleasure. Thank you, Sensei.
And a question from Irena or Irina. Dear Akasha, what do you receive, what my gifts are, and how they would like to be of service? Thanks.
Irina, you have more of a connection currently into I definitely feel a strong galactic connection with you, and I feel like you are able to tap into some of the higher dimensional frequencies. And when I say this, I mean you know, higher than the initial first level of intuition when we start getting just basic guidance for ourselves. As you know, there are many dimensions, and a lot of this has to do with work you've already done and clearing you've already done. So you have those abilities currently, and some of what you're doing is really honing in on how to work with them and what to do with them. That's what I see.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Akasha, and thank you, Irina, for your question. And a question from Pippa. Any guidance for moving forward with my guides or what wants to come through? Many thanks.
So, Pippa, for you, some of what they're showing is they're really following your joy right now, and not getting distracted by, basically they're just showing them like things in the world or events or things that are unfolding in the world, like not getting distracted by those and moving forward with your joy. They're showing you as your own ability to create, the ability you have to create. They're saying the life of your dreams, the joy, what you really want. A lot of it is like a meditation practice where you're just turning away from what is not serving you right now, what is not serving you right now. And they're using the example of world events, but there's a lot of other things too that could be on that list of the turning away, and then the turning towards what the joy is and what feels alive and exciting for you. And they're saying go for it, really, to just go for it and let yourself move in the direction of your dreams. They're saying of your dreams. And they're showing you doing this in incremental steps, but they mean like a big go for it. And really let things go, a big go for it is what I'm getting. You're going to have clarity on timing of when to act, but I see it within the next 6 months.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Akasha. And also thank you, Pippa, for your question. We'd love to hear your feedback. You can type it
That
on the
was
chat.
lovely. Thank you. I just moved and I bought some land and I want to start a retreat space, but I'm just enjoying the land and the energy and the dragons and the elementals and all those sort of things. But yes, I'm just finding my joy and my happiness. I'm just, yeah, the land is giving me so much joy.
Wonderful. Congratulations. It sounds exciting.
And roses and water and ponds and dragonflies and just the coast. It's just, yes. So I'm really feeling happy and joy at the moment. Yes.
Wonderful.
So yeah, I'm not really wanting to do a retreat at the moment. Just enjoying the space. So yeah. But that will come, I'm sure. So that's brilliant, lovely. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you both.
Thank you, Pippa. Much love.
Much love.
And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Akasha. And yeah, we have a feedback from Irena on YouTube. Really profound and true. Thank you so much. And Erica, can you please unmute yourself?
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
I wanted to ask if there's something going on with my masculine side. I think the right side is considered the masculine side. I have a lot of jaw tension on the right side, particularly, and in the solar plexus, it sort of feels, I don't know, congestion or something on the right side.
I'm feeling it in the right hip, which is where a lot of father energy can be stored, and anger. And that's where my attention goes to when you ask about that. And I'm just seeing what else wants to come. They're telling me full circle, coming full circle with something. I'm just waiting for more information. Yeah, I'm seeing a ring of light. They're saying integration, coming full circle, allowing yourself to receive more and let go more. It is the softening. and the being in the heart more. There's a part of you that's felt like it's needed to like toughen up to get through something or to be smart about this next phase or what's going on. You can do that and at the same time still be soft and open and let go and have the release. My sense is there's a big release that wants to happen on the more of the emotional level, which looks like it's around some of the anger and some of the sadness, and that's going to help with some of the physical challenges. Be sure after you have that release to fill back up with light, fill back up with what you want to be creating, divine source light. Because when we release, then if we don't intentionally fill back up, it'll just fill with whatever, or we can just fill with whatever. So have strong intentions about what you want to fill back up with. Yeah, and they're showing me Father. They're bringing Father up again in terms of the healing.
So not my son, but my father.
Definitely Father.
Okay.
Yeah. And it some of what's playing out is through the masculine and what you're seeing with the masculine, but the origin is through Father.
So just meditate on father and see what comes, maybe.
Let's see what next steps are for you. They just keep showing me the release, the emotional release of the sadness and the anger. Like I'm seeing you crying, I'm seeing you yelling. It's like a physical movement, like letting it really move out of the physical body.
Okay.
But I'm seeing how to get there, how to get from A to B, like where you are in this moment to there. I'm seeing you writing, like it looks like you're writing something, writing a letter. Could be writing a letter to Father about what you're upset about or what wasn't okay. And looks like some of this, you do feel this way about how it has impacted your son, is my sense, or what's been passed down and through. So it may look like you're like the feelings you're having around your son, but again, it comes back to Father.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Monsef.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Erica. Much love. And also thank you, Akasha, for the guidance. A question from Trisco on YouTube. If there's still time, I would love to see how you see my gifts too. Thank you.
Okay, so this is coming up as colors, like I'm seeing lots of pastel colors and creativity and like a genuine, authentic expression of you coming through. And this is what they're showing is going to be one of the greatest ways to open your channel is to allow yourself to really fully go into the creative expression aspect of it. They're saying start there, but it's your actual unique way, your uniqueness, they're saying your special essence and flavor of you that is one of the greatest gifts that you're bringing. And a lot of what you're doing is just peeling away the layers or the outer stuff that has gotten in the way of you freely sharing them with people. And through this, what happens is your channel becomes stronger and stronger the more you're creating and the more you're sharing. It's directly linked together to the creating and the sharing. Yeah, and then there's a lot of practices you can be doing to continue to further that as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Akasha. And thank you, Twisco, for the question. We'd love to hear your feedback. You can type it on the chat. And can we take one more question?
Sure.
It's from M. How to read the records in Akashic Library if you are only clairsentient?
Clairsentient is a great one to have because it can come in so many different ways. And so a lot of the way this looks is just knowing. It's like you just know, and the words come right out of your mouth. And what people can get confused about with this one is that they're expecting first to have the pictures or first to have like the words coming in with the clairaudience. But what can happen is it just directly comes right through you, like knowing that you just start speaking. And so that's it's like people are looking for a step in between that's not there because it just happens and it's known and it's just spoken right through you when you're working with clairsentience.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Akasha. And thank you, M, for your question. Renee left. So Twisco, she writes, thank you so much. That's so confirming. And she added a lot of hearts.
Thank you.
Thank you, Twisco. M, she writes, okay, thanks a lot. And yeah, so Akasha, thank you so much for everything you shared with us today, for the support you gave to our audience, to the life callers, and the transmission, the guidance, and also offering the training for our audience here as well. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Mansaf, and thank you to you all for showing up.
Yeah, beautiful. And yeah, so everyone, thank you very much for being here with us today, co-creating with us this experience. And also thank you for those who will be either listening or watching the replay. And yeah, so again, you can find the training that Akasha is offering to us. It's the 9-month professional intuitive healer certification, which will start on October 14th. And the link is yourdivineuniqueness.com/Akasha. yourdivineuniqueness.com/Akasha. AKASHA. Or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the live events page, later on the replay page. The link also on YouTube video description and the chat boxes. And Twisco, she wrote, happy October to all. And to you as well, Twisco. Thank you. And yeah, so everyone, thank you again. And with that, I'm sending you so much love. And I will see you on the next call. Bye for now.